What, today?
Yeah. So, because let me just say, because the recording started so other people can get inspired by you. You're inflamed because of a reaction you had to some of the products you've taken, and yet and you feel that. I mean, you're human, right? So when things happen that don't go our way or we don't feel well, that's normal to experience that. And you still showed up here.
Yes.
Yes. And you've been doing your walks like you said you would.
Yeah, yeah, I do. Well, when I'm not at work, well,
Yep.
I try to do them every day. When I'm at
Hmm.
work, I'm on a 12-hour shift. I have started now. Now the UK is getting a bit better weather. One of my breaks, I'll go for a walk around the actual site of where I work.
Yeah.
So instead of having that break where we'd normally sit down and just be doom scrolling on our phones, I've been getting up and going because I think it's better to be outside, right? Because you're in a factory, kind of with
Right.
that, with the fake light and everything. It's better to get
Mhm.
outside and just
Yeah.
be outside.
Totally.
So yeah, but yeah, I didn't feel like going for a walk today, but just I just made myself go, and I'm glad I did.
I'm so proud of you, just so you know. And it's so funny you say this because, I do the weekly, like I try to have themes for the week in this group. And our one for today is being seen without performing. And then the tool is the authentic visibility repatterning. And it's literally, Jonathan, exactly what you're saying is, and how it goes really is noticing the pattern. So identifying. So my words for maybe for you, and you tell me if I'm right or wrong, because God knows I've been there, is noticing the pattern is wanting to hide. Like my face, I don't feel confident. I don't feel like it's working, or maybe somebody that's building a business, no one's saying yes, da da da, whatever it is, notice the pattern and identify it. There's power in that because when we notice the pattern, what happens is we break our identity with it, because most people just walk through their life. They are the pattern. They think they are the failure, or they are not didn't work, or they are poverty, or they are, who their parents rejected. They're not. That's the pattern. So when you are aware of the pattern, you automatically break that. Now, the next step, right, would be to pause, like you did when you said, I don't want to walk. And you were like, I'm going anyway. So pause and regulate, be honest. That's always right. This is never about, oh, I'm happy and life's working out for me when it doesn't feel like it, but more so, wow, this is really challenging today, and I'm going to move forward anyway. Or, wow, I feel like nothing's working out, but I'm going to curate my vision. I'm going to take steps. I'm going to, exactly what you're doing. And then what I wrote down was like hold the exposure, which is really just embodying that which we know ourselves to be instead of the pattern, just like you who got yourself on this video and out for a walk even when you don't feel like it. And
Yeah.
that's it, because you're breaking the identity of who you were and you're
Mhm.
creating this new Jonathan, which I know because I had the pleasure of working with you, is a man that has a solid and I would say grand vision for what you want to create.
Yeah. I wouldn't be true to myself if I hadn't done what I did today.
Hmm.
My, as much as I've got ambitious goals and whatnot, my true alignment is being true to myself.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
at the with the reason I'm not feeling right is because of me putting stuff into my body
Yeah.
that I didn't realize that was in a product
Hmm.
that actually has an intolerance to me. So
Hmm.
it's just something that I've now realized and had to deal with.
Right.
And now that I'm dealing with it,
Hmm.
it's coming out of me. So while that process is going through, it's going to be uncomfortable because the toxin, essentially, that might not be a toxin to some people, but is
Yeah.
to me,
Yeah. Yeah.
has to come out some way.
Hmm.
So unfortunate for me, it comes out in certain like swelling up and being inflamed and whatnot.
Inflammation. Yeah. Hmm. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, it's uncomfortable. Yes, it's not nice being around people because you see the judgmental looks and all
Mm.
that sort of stuff. But you just get on with it. I see them for 30 seconds
Yeah.
and then you walk past.
Right.
Who cares what they think? But
Hmm.
few years ago, that would traumatize me and that would affect my whole day. But now I don't let it. I'm not bothered because
Hmm.
someone else's opinion, it's their opinion. They're entitled to it. But what I do in that day means more to me than what their thoughts were at that present time.
Yes. Hmm.
But
Totally.
just saying that just
Hmm.
shows how far I've come, and it part of that is when obviously working with you
Oh.
and the realization of people will have their opinions about you always. You can't stop that. It's how you act as an individual
Uh-huh.
and respond to it.
Hmm.
I enjoy walking. I always have. So
Hmm.
I will always go on my walks, no matter what someone or how someone else makes me feel, because I know that walk will make me feel 100 times better.
Hmm. So true.
So it's,
Yeah.
and I have been starting to see some resemblance on like social media and seeing quotes and
Hmm.
a similarity. And one of the quotes that I wanted to come on here and say today
Please.
was somewhat, it was another a guy reading it, but it's from Leonardo da Vinci. I'm not sure if you've actually mentioned it before.
Mm.
And simplicity is the ultimate sophistication, meaning today's society is always busy, 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 busy.
Hmm. Yeah.
We need to simplify things and do less.
Ah, amen. Yes. I don't know that I've heard that one specifically, so thank you for sharing that. Would you say that one more time? I want to write it down. Simplicity.
Simplicity is
Hmm.
the ultimate sophistication.
Mm. Hmm. Hmm.
And I do believe I've sent it you today.
Mm. Okay.
The actual chap who was doing that
Yeah.
um, reel. I think I have sent it you on Instagram.
Okay. Well, let me look at that again. But I'm so glad that you shared that because it's so true. I mean, our world is increasingly with distractions and just complications and systems and build this and build that. And sure, there are going to be some things that are worth building, but just like you said, I see the power right now in us is not building more per se, but scaling back and building more efficiently, less but better.
Yeah,
You know?
and that's what I've had to. I've because I'm seeing this message. It's something specific to what I'm building at the moment,
Yes, I know.
and with it, I think I'm going too big too soon. So I've started to scale down
Mm,
and narrow in a bit more.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So it's with me seeing this sort of quote repeatedly, not the same thing,
Yeah.
but similarities or
Mm-hmm.
resemblance to the same thing, the pattern.
For sure.
Realizing that pattern and knowing when to listen.
Mm, hmm.
Because there's always a reason why. It's like on social media. Everyone goes on there scrolling, 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 but the algorithm shows you to some degree, I would say, what you prefer. So if you don't watch cooking things, you're not going to see cooking things. If you don't watch
Exactly.
workouts, you're not
Yep.
going to see workouts.
Yep.
So I see a lot of workouts and a lot of running, walking, and also
Quotes. Yeah, yeah.
inspirational quotes.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm going through something in my life,
Hmm.
I feel that when a quote is repeatedly being seen,
Yeah.
it's a bit of a message to me, not directly from that person, but it's something that draws my attention and thinks, hang on a minute, I need to step back and I need to take a listen to what
Hmm.
this is, why this keeps appearing.
Yeah.
It's like the orange peel, peeling it back.
Hmm. And all the layers.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Well, if it's all right to say, because you brought it up, like that's really profound because obviously you've shared your vision with me when we got to work together and the time we were really working one on one. And I love when people have a grand vision. I think there's nothing wrong with that. It's like wanting to climb, Mount Everest. It's wonderful to see yourself at the top, to have that vision, to like, I will never steer people away from having a grand vision, but we have to also keep in mind that every step to the top of Mount Everest is one step. It's
Yeah.
one step to get there, right? And so if we're wanting to just that giant leap, we miss the journey. And this is all, I know it sounds cliche, but you and I have talked about this. This is all about the journey and who we become. It's not about the view at Everest. That's going to be incredible. That's going to be life changing and breathtaking and all that. And what most people say that get to the top of Everest is they're like, okay, what's next? Right? So it's that like, what a shame to miss the journey if we only ever crave it when we're up top. We
Yeah.
crave the next journey. So it's like, why not just enjoy the journey now? So I love that you said scaling back because it's again not about not dreaming big and all the things you dream about, but it is about how do I step into the fullness of right now as I build towards that, you
Like
know?
you say, it's the journey getting there. If you can't enjoy that journey, are you aligned with that actual journey?
Mm. Hmm. Yeah.
Which I've started to realize there was as much as I you know my plan inside out, but
Yeah.
there's elements of it that I've realized today on my walk that aren't aligning with me as a person.
Mm.
It was there to serve a purpose, and it's kind of not in line with me.
Mm. Hmm.
So I'm working on scaling certain things back. So,
So
and
proud of you. Yeah.
and that is only because I went on my walk. I had that realization just through, don't know whether it was the song that I was listening to or the where I was at that particular time, because I was on one of my normal, just my walk that I go on quite
Hmm.
often. It just came to me as in
Hmm.
in in a bit of a download, as we call it.
Yes. Yeah. Totally. Well, that to me, that's exactly what I call alignment. and who knows, right? It could have been the moment, could have been where you were, could have been the sound. And also, the way I see it, it's all the work that you've done, the investments, time, money, energy that you have made in yourself and who you are now. It's also, Jonathan, let me just say, it's this is the way that I see life, is even the hard things, the inflammation, the puffiness, the reaction, the things you've been going through physically. It's almost like you had to slow down and to really, to also show up, but slow down and not be, because, before this, I mean, you were the person, you were shooting me messages all the time. Hey, I did this and I did this and I talked to this person and I'm doing this and which is great. I will never say stop. But what I know is that life gives us exactly what we need. And this reaction happened. And I look at it like it's a slow down to reassess, a slow down to speed up onto what's really aligned for you. And I
Yeah.
love and appreciate, and I want to acknowledge you for looking at it in that way also, because I know you do. Because some people would look at this, the inflammation or whatever is challenging that has stopped them, or rejection, banks saying no, people saying no, money running out, clients not signing up, whatever it is. Some people would look at that and say, maybe it's not for me, right? But what I
Yeah.
hear you saying is not that, but maybe it's time to reassess, what is it I really want, so I can gather my energy right now as you heal, as you detox. So full speed ahead on whatever it is you really are aligned to. And that might
Mhm.
look different than the original plan. And that's a gift,
Mhm.
And when we slow down and we really listen to our intuition, I do feel like, the universe, God, whatever, whatever works for you, it's almost like it's a gift, because you haven't invested $500,000 yet into something that might, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's a real restructuring. And I do believe that when we trust our gut and follow that and listen, we're always steered the right way,
Mhm. Absolutely.
you know. But it's
Everything
just a lot
happens
of
when
us
it
make
needs to.
up different things. So, what'd you say? Go ahead.
Everything happens when it needs to happen.
Hmm.
It's You can rush things as much as you want to rush them, but that's when you tend to find that you're not aligned with that actual thing. Don't
Exactly.
get me wrong, my realization today hasn't been where that idea is completely cut.
No, totally.
It's There's still the big vision of the end, the the farm and all that. There's still all that,
Yeah, great.
which I knew that wouldn't be. That's not going to be. That's like a 10-year plan.
Mm,
And I always knew that that would be that. That's the goal,
hmm,
to get there.
mm,
Where it's my stepping stone that needs to change.
yeah.
Where it could still happen at that place where I'm thinking, but just I don't need to go as big. I just need to be and serve that purpose
Mm,
of my goal in helping people. I don't need it to try and serve everybody, if that makes sense. Well, it makes sense to you, but maybe not others.
no, it totally makes sense. And yes, that's why I said it's not that you're saying no to this vision you have, or but you're also reassessing, like, really caring for, what I hear is really caring for and being present with right now, to build it with more intention,
Yeah.
you know.
Well,
Um,
it brings you back to that the quote.
yeah,
Simplicity
yeah.
is the ultimate. Solos- uh, what- so,
Sophistication.
that's
Yes.
the one. I
Yeah,
always
yeah, yeah.
get stuck on
Totally.
it.
Yeah, yeah. Absolutely.
So
And I think that's probably why you and I kind of resonate and align so much, is because, there's a lot of coaches out there that they have all these fancy systems and these fancy things and all this, and I'm all for tools, but for me, it's it all of this life and business and love and money and all of it is so simple, and we complicate all of it.
Yeah.
And when we really get back to the alignment and who we are, and we let go of the patterns and the stories and the beliefs that don't serve us, and all, when we drop that, drop the resistance, like I said on my reel today, I swear it just all comes back into full alignment. And it to me, all the fancy shit doesn't even matter. It's so simple.
Yeah. It's that human interaction
Mm,
of just a conversation between two people,
mhm.
throwing ideas about, having a chat, having a laugh, having a joke, which is what human is. It's that's being human. That's being
Exactly.
present in that moment
Yep.
with each other or with a
Mhm.
group of people. Doesn't
Yep.
matter how it doesn't have to be a one on one. It's literally
Hmm.
you don't need AI or you don't need some fancy tool, like you say, that's there to, yes, it makes your life a bit easier,
Right.
but those that do that job will see through that
Mm,
because they will know that that hasn't been done by a human. It's been done
exactly.
for them.
Hmm. Exactly. Exactly. That's to me, that's just it's like the cherry on top. The fancy AIs and the apps and the system and all, like it's great. It's great. There's nothing wrong with that. But again, so much of this just comes back to being human, trusting your gut, following your intuition, no matter what the world wants to tell you. You're not ready, you're not smart enough, you're not rich enough, you don't have the money, whatever the story is. It's getting beyond all that. And then I can't tell you, and you know this, like, and to anyone who's going to listen to this, the most miraculous things happen when we do this. Things that we could never have predicted. I have every time I do this work, and then I just catch myself like, wow, that client came out of nowhere, or that business opportunity or idea or whatever. Wow, where did that come from? But it's like it came from this
Yeah.
alignment, vision, and like you're doing, action despite, and that doesn't mean hustling harder. That doesn't mean, it really means showing up to the process in whatever way that looks. Sometimes that's resting, sometimes that's sending emails, sometimes that's having challenging conversations, sometimes that's staying back and having a week vacation and trusting that everything's going to work out, whatever it is. Looks differently, but that's when the coolest shit happens, when I let go, when we let go.
But it's just like I say, it is all about letting go. It's about letting yourself
Yep.
live in that moment
Hmm.
and what will be will be. It's
Hmm.
like I know I've done all the hard work now.
Yeah.
I've done the plan, I've got all that there. It's
Right, right,
there.
right. Yeah. Hmm.
I might have gone 100 miles an hour at times, but I got, as you say, I got that shit done. So now I can just sit back and it's there. It's ready. Yes, I've just had that realization today because I do need I do need to simplify it a little bit more.
Yeah. Hmm.
But that doesn't mean I was wrong. It doesn't mean I was right.
No.
It just means that I've realized that I don't need as many things up front or I don't need to overcomplicate it.
Mm.
It's it is what it is and I can make it as difficult for myself or as simple as I want. for myself. And I'd rather go the simple route because I think it will speak more to people
Yeah.
than going trying to serve seven different things.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah.
So it's one of them where you know me, I like to try and get things done, and I will go sometimes too not too far, but I get it done.
Yeah. And that's a great quality.
It's it's just sometimes I need to then realize that's probably my thing. I need to then know when to step back
Mm,
and slow down
mm.
because the Capricorn in me just doesn't know when to kind of chill and slow down.
Yeah. Yeah, 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 totally. Yes. I have two, Jonathan and I laugh a lot because I have two Capricorn sisters and I'm an Aries. So we're like, you know, um, and I love that energy. And it's what's made, especially one of my sister who is John, who teaches the somatic energy.
Mhm.
It's his wife, my oldest sister. She's a powerhouse, but she's also, that's been her thing too, is just build, go, run. And she's also, it's been hard. She's run into a lot of personal and physical obstacles because of that. So she's still learning as well. So I'm glad for you that you have come to this. And also, I know it doesn't feel like it, so I don't want to gaslight you, but this detox you're going through is a bit of a gift, you know?
Yeah,
It really
yeah.
is. I see that. And I haven't gone through what you're going through in that way, but I mean, same like, oh gosh, I've been to where I've lost businesses. I've lost, clients didn't sign up that I thought were going to. And it's like when I can look at it as like, okay, this is alignment, not getting it or it not working out is the alignment rather than, oh, it's never going to work and why not? And nobody's going to pay me and blah, 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 all the other stuff I can spin off. Then the gift shows up and the miracles happen. And the more aligned clients come, the more aligned businesses, money, opportunities, health, wealth, they all do come. But it's trusting that when it doesn't look like it's going that way. you know, and that's
Your gut never lies.
no, my gosh, no. And you get that now, totally.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Physically showing me.
I know, right? Yeah, totally. And
Um,
that's, again, I want to thank you for sharing because, and I think I put on my story like I saw a quote from someone and it was really powerful because I've been talking a lot with clients and even my daughter specifically, she's going through some autoimmune stuff. And for her, I think it's okay that I share not specifics, but she's going through some stuff with her dad. And it's mirroring like her body, her gut, like you said, is really rebelling because there's a lot of grief and even I would say anger at her father right now that she's not knowing how to process as a 20-year-old young woman and some of the stuff that he's done or is doing right now. And so, even if anyone who's listening and it's a great reminder for me if it's not physically inflammation, emotional inflammation also has a toll on our gut and our self and our soul and our so you're physically detoxing, but I would say a lot of people take the time to emotionally detox, to allow yourself to scream in a pillow or cry or walk or move the energy. It's going to be so important for all of us moving forward as we step into things and release the old.
I have been through the process. There's been tears. There's been well, and I'm not afraid to admit that because it is part of a process.
For sure.
And when it comes out of you, it's it's almost like it's you can't describe the feeling
Mm,
because it is so different in other people. What
mm,
I felt
yeah.
you might feel an element of it,
Right.
but you won't feel how I truly felt. It's like
No.
I
Yeah.
felt at one point I was down and really felt beat. Then other times I got up and I was like, actually, I've got this. And
Mm.
then within 5 minutes again, you're down again.
Yeah.
Then next minute you're in floods of tears. It's like, why the hell am I crying? There's no, it's what's going off. But it is a process, and it's to do with whatever your. Obviously, mine was a physical thing that I'd been taking for. It was obviously my information's been going on and off, on and off, on and off and off for about 6 months or
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Not badly, but it was triggering, and then I was managing it and not realizing I was actually making it worse by adding daily supplements, which is that's what they were. And it wasn't till I had a really bad flare up that I had to sit back and think, well, I'm eating clean, I'm doing this, I'm doing
Yeah.
that.
Like,
Well,
what the hell? Yeah.
yeah. And it
Uh-huh.
and it turns out that the supplements that I had researched had things in that I have intolerances to. That
Mm.
they are labeled, but they're not labeled as what my intolerance was.
Mm. Mhm.
Which one of my intolerances, I don't mind sharing, is gelatine.
Yeah.
And gelatine is in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I know. Someone like me who doesn't have that never thought about it.
Yeah,
But if I can share really quick, because, the Zoom will cut off soon. We don't
yeah,
have much time, but I just to translate what you're saying to somebody who's dealing with, it's like you think you're doing everything right, but every day you're consuming something that's toxic to you. And listen, most of us, we're scrolling, watching toxic things. We're having conversations with low level people that can't see our vision. That's affecting us. We're going to, not you, but people, so many people, you're going to a job that's soul sucking, that you don't like, all these things are inflaming us.
yeah,
Whether it's food or environments, relationships. So I love that you're showing us the process of walking through it, auditing, as I say, or assessing what the pattern is and what we're doing, what we're consuming that is
mhm,
hurting us, and now detoxing and letting all the feelings and all the stuff and all the fears and all the things that come with it come and process. So it's not easy, but you are at some point, whether it's a week or a day or a month or maybe longer for some people, you will come out a different person when you stop consuming what's inflaming you
yeah,
emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, and you start creating habits and structures and work and, food and whatever that is kind and good to your body and soul. Life
mhm,
will be totally different, but you have to walk through this process, which is, as they say, the dark night of the soul, right?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like all the fears come up.
And then you come out a better person at the end of it because you've learned to deal with it. And also, you've learned that you can get through that. So then, your next process, if something happens, you can potentially get through it easier because you've already been through a tougher time.
Amen. Amen. You're like, bring it, life.
Yeah,
I'm good,
exactly. Yeah,
And then the way that what I like to say too is the final, I'll just add this, the final step to that, then, or not final, but the sort of the next loop, because these things go in loops and they do get easier, yes, is helping others.
yeah,
So now you have walked through the fire of this, and man, you're going to have info and like knowledge and wisdom that you never would have had if you haven't walked through this, that you can then take and go help so many other people. And whether that's through coaching or a course or a book or whatever it is, I do believe that's part of the spiritual process too, is going through hell and then making the world better by eliminating suffering or lessening suffering for others. you know?
making them understand it a bit better.
Exactly. Exactly. So
And
maybe they
the
don't have to
moment you
suffer as
just
much. Yeah.
the moment you just said that, we've just a thunderstorm hit, and I don't know if you heard it. As you
No,
mentioned about a process, there was a clap of thunder.
boom. I told you I was
The
powerful.
the magic of England's weather.
There you go. I control it all. Oh my gosh. Well, this thing is going to cut off, but I just, again, like this made my day. You coming on here, it made it so much better. So I always appreciate your vulnerability. And, I'll upload this so it'll inspire other people too, just in this group.
Mhm.
And thank you. And thank you for being a prime example of showing up when it's not easy, because I think all of us are going to walk through our own that opportunity to do so. And too many people don't. So
Yeah,
I appreciate your courage.
thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate your time.
of course. Of course. Yes. And you and I have lots more to talk about. We'll talk soon.
Yes, we do.
So, yeah. So thank you for being here. Are you done for the rest of the day or?
More or less, it's 5:30 here,
Good.
so
Yeah. So you don't have to work today. Today's a day.
no, I'm back at work tomorrow. I've
Okay.
just I'm on my last 8 days off. I just had
Okay.
8 days off, so
Yes. Good. Well, that's good timing then. I'm glad you didn't have to go to work with this. And
yeah,
yeah, so today just keep letting it go, my dear.
yeah.
All
Let the
right. Well
magic do
done.
magic.
Yes. Yeah. We'll talk soon. And anyone else that watches this, thanks for being here. And we'll see you next time.
Yep. See you later.
Yes. Okay, my friend. See you soon.
See you
Bye.
soon. Bye.